Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1969 Smith Corona Super Sterling Vintage Portable Typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in the USA, and this is one of the most popular models that Smith Corona made. Beautiful seafoam green color. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that around 2 or 3. And the right one I'm going to keep around 75. This is the paper bail that sits on top, holds the page down nice and tight. And if you load the page a little crooked, you could flip the paper release lever on the right side forward, and that loosens the rollers underneath the platen. To straighten that page out, it looks straight to me, but if you needed to straighten yours out, that's how you do it. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit line space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, just flip that switch forward or back 1 notch to 2. It skips 2. 1 more, it skips 3. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that down to the red indicator. Prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red when you have it in the middle. Prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the black indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. Effortless typing. Reliable. No nonsense machine. Beautiful print. Pica typeface prints 10 characters per inch. Very fun to type on. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Flip that forward, unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier. Load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to put the color back on black. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left to clear that. Just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the left side. Very good. Touch control low, medium, and high. The higher you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit the keys harder for them to print, but they respond faster. The lower you go, the less tension, so you just want to play with that to gauge your preference as far as touch control goes. Tab, it's got a smart system for the tab set and clear. So we're just going to clear each one of these tabs that's already set by hitting that CL button right next to the tab. Very good. So now we shouldn't have any tabs, but I always like to set one somewhere in the middle, so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on the typewriter. Just by hitting that set button, you can set as many tabs as you want on this model. MR below that stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button. It does allow you to type past that block all the way to the end. The hood slides forward like this. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling to the right clockwise. If you want to switch that direction manually, there's a switch behind the left spool. You flip it down or toward the back, it'll pull to the left. Flip it up or toward the right, it pulls to the right. It has an automatic reverse. When you get to the end of the ribbon, it'll pull on this on either side and swap the direction that it needs to go to. With the little eyelet, which is a little metal piece at the end of the ribbon. If you don't have one, you can tie a knot about 6 to 8 inches away from the end, and that should do the same trick. Carriage lock on the right side. Lift it up and it will release the carriage and lock it in the middle, so when you have it in the case, it secures the carriage. To unlock it, you just move it to the right slightly. It's got hard plastic carriage release lever and knob, and they don't make them anymore, and they're getting old and breaking all the time. So if you need a replacement, check my shop. I do have 3D printed replacements that are very close to these exact designs. I don't have the left knob, but I do have the right knob and the carriage release levers. These are the originals. Very smooth carriage. This is a very nice condition machine. Just that smooth carriage glide. Just, you can do that all day long. If you push the button on the left platen knob, it disables the spacing when you turn the knob, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. Same concept with this lever on the inside here. You flip that down, it disables the spacing. You flip it up, you get the clicks. And the page gauge on the inside is how you tell when you're getting close to the end of the bottom of the page with those numbers. If you load the page right there below the 11, there's a little notch there, and that just lets you know where to load the page. And as you're feeding it through, it'll start to warn you on the left side that you're getting close to the end of the page. It's 2 inches left, 1.5, 1 inch, and that's the end of the page. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy or my new website, brooksawantiques.com.